our little three-step model. I'm going to be going over the trades that I took. So on this day, had a starting balance of 150K. Now this is after obviously we passed the eval on stream. We took like a few weeks on that and finally got our account. The first day that I got it on my 150K, I did take a loss. I went from 150,000 to 149,300. And this is what the trade looked like. So we're looking for longs right here. I'm down a whole $1,000 the first day into my 150K. This was really rough. But how did this trade work out? So we had 5-minute inversion right here, looking for some of these highs to be ran. And you see right here, I just kind of have a wider stop loss, just waiting for price to kind of hit. And then sure enough, eventually that trade hits. We have the lower time frame running up, taking out some of those highs. Ended that day at some profit. So remember, we were down quite a bit this day. Just so happens that the day that I was going to take a loss was the day that I got the account. Happens. Again, we crawled out of that drawdown. So what does this look like in terms of like my setup? So the first thing that we're going to have targets. We're going to have equal highs. We're going to have a previous daily high. So this is obviously for a bullish setup. We're going to have some type of delivery. Usually it's going to come in the form of a liquidity sweep. And then once that leg starts to build momentum, obviously this is bullish momentum right here. We're going to look for some type of inversion or fair value gap. That setup was just that. We had the targets up here, swept out these lows right here. That's our delivery. And then we had inversion fair value gap. If we dig deeper, we'd find some more fair value gaps. So that was the first trade. And I didn't record all of the trade. Like I'm not showing all of the trades today because then we'd be here for hours. But I'm just taking some of like the major swing points. So from 150,300, we went to 600 right here. That's our starting balance on this specific day. So what does the trade look like? So we had some fair value gaps in here. We had some daily highs that we were aiming for. Right here, you can see this is the 5-minute time frame. We swept out that liquidity. So this is going to be our delivery. We have our targets. And then we have our 5-minute execution trading up to those highs. Very, very simple. I don't really have much else to that. Just kind of having like a wider stop loss and then taking profit at that last high. So that led to our account being up to 151,000, about 500. Once we closed out that trade, it was 600. So it took a few more trades. Now we're at 152,293. This was our starting balance for this day. This was maybe like a few weeks ago. I don't know if you guys remember this banger trade, but price came down, swept out some liquidity. We had one inversion. We had another inversion. Took that second inversion, had a fair value gap with it. In terms of targets, had very obvious targets. Lower resistance liquidity run up here, and we just ran all day. We took a pretty big win. Right here, we made about like 900, no, like 1,000. We made 1,000 from the starting balance to the end of this day. Absolutely killer day. Again, if you look at the setups, they're all the same. It's a liquidity sweep. We have targets, and then we have our entry. I keep it very simple. And then I think the last one was a bear setup. So let's take a look at this. So we have equal lows, a previous daily high. This is going to be our target. We're going to have a liquidity sweep. Then we're going to be looking for our entry, which is either inversion or a fair value gap. Let's go over here. So the starting balance for this day was 153,179. Took a small loss in between these 2 days. So that was our starting balance. And then what did this look like? So we took a short on gold right here. We had our targets. We had our TP1 right here. We had our final target. Multiple lows. Very obvious that we're going to run those lows. had a liquidity sweep, and then finally our entry. Like guys, this is a repeated process. It's very simple. This is what got me my payout, or it's gonna get me my payout. So in terms of entry, we obviously had the 5-minute fair value gap, which we could use as our entry, and then coming down to the 1-minute time frame, you're gonna be able to see an inversion right here. That was our overall entry. Took that short until we hit our final TP, and yeah, it was an awesome trade. Now let's kind of go into our performance metrics right here. Let's go into the accounts. Kind of want to look over our first 150K that we passed. So this was the eval portion, right? Had a 65% win rate. Win loss looks like it was kind of 1-to-1. I think we did a lot better than that, but yeah, some of our wins right here. Very, very steady growth. Took pretty much all of these trades on live with you guys. So if you guys had started a 150K with me at the same time, then we would have all passed an account, you know? And that's what I really want to do for you guys, help you pass accounts, get you guys funded, eventually get payouts. Now let's go step over to the 150K right here. Performance, 47% win rate, not bad. You know, price action, I started this account in March. Very rough. We still did very well. About 1 to 2 on all my winning days. And yeah, just steady growth again. So do you guys, from here, do you guys have any questions so far? In terms of like how much I'm risking per trade, it's going to be between $250 to $300 per trade. And what that usually results in is 5 to 6 contracts. If I feel like the setup is not super high probability, maybe we're in a deep premium and we're trying to go long, maybe there's a lot of highs that already got swept out, I would probably move to 3 to 4 micros and be risking about 150 to 200. So in reality, I'm usually having a relatively static risk. The contract size, I mean, it kind of changes from time to time because we might have extremely volatile conditions where we have to, instead of us having our typical like 30-point stop, 25-point stop, it turns into 40, 50 points. And that's where you kind of have to adjust it. So think of it more as just like static risk, which is around 250 to 300. I really want you guys to understand that when I started out trading, I never had like the opportunity to watch live streams. All of that was paid for. Everything that you wanted to watch someone trade, you really had to pay for it. And the fact that you guys have me, Nick, Mark, Luca, all these people, you have to really take advantage of it. And I'm not even talking about like signal wise, I'm talking about educational wise. Like, you guys should really be tuned in, understanding our systems. We all make our own content. You guys could really learn, and whatever you resonate with the most is who you should be going with. You know, some people might not trade well with me, but they might trade well with Nick, or you might trade better with me. It really depends on whose system you like, but you shouldn't be like constantly hopping and just like sit down with yourself, figure out what's going to work for you. All right, guys, let's request this payout. Here we go. Request payout. Gonna go for 2200. I want to keep, you know, a little bit of drawdown left, a little bit of cushion for myself. Let's request this payout. All right, payout requested. Let's start a timer, guys. I'm live on YouTube. You guys will see how long this payout takes to hit my account. Payout submitted. Payout requested. Let's go. Payout approved, guys. 2200. Only took like 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get our payout. Let's go, guys. That's insane. 2200. Let's freaking go. That's insane. Dude, you guys saw me from 0 to 2200 run up this account This isn't going to be the first payout. We're going to have more payouts after this, guys. Let's keep running up, keep passing accounts. Again, you have to purchase these accounts, take the risk, trade with me. We're going to run it up, guys. Bang, bang, balance, ready to pay out. Let's go. Literally a few minutes for my withdrawal. That's insane, guys. Chris, I made it. Thank you. You guys made it with me. Purchase an account. We go and pass these evals, guys. And then get a payout. That's how we're going to do it. All right. See you guys. Love you guys. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all have a wonderful day.